To start with, first of all, I don't agree entirely with the statement you just gave for one simple reason. Governance is not like governance. If you look at the headline of our invitation you received, we will talk, I translated in English, IT governments, safe course in a rough economical crisis. And if you look at this sentence, a little bit, a piece is missing at the end, a question mark or an exclamation mark. And I would prefer to put a question mark at the end of the sentence. And coming back to the subject of governance, we will talk today mainly about IT governance. You explained, or you gave us an explanation about a perfect description of a company or enterprise-wide description of governance, which could be placed on Wikipedia. But if you look into real life, and especially you press guys who talk to IT decision makers in the context of your job, you will I'm quite sure that you will very, very often hear that a company-wide or enterprise-wide governance policy is not existing. This is a big lack in a lot of companies, not in all, but in a few companies. The IT governance in particular is a topic of the CIO agenda or the IS decision maker agenda, and it is one of the most important things, especially in a climate we are in right now in this worldwide or global economic crisis. I see, or I assume that an IS department or a CIO who has a good functional IS governance in place could have or could take this economic crisis as a chance to for a better position of the IT department in the future and to help his company or his corporation to be in a better shape in the future. And especially in times we are in today, you can read it in the press every day. Budgets cut, costs are going down, employees have to leave the company. It's cost, and the CIO is forced to demonstrate to the other business executive in his company the IT value of the IT department. And if there is no IT governance in place, I'm quite sure that every CIO will have it very, very difficult to demonstrate the IT value to his fellow colleagues in the executive board, assuming that he is part of the executive board. This is a subject or topic number 2. Real life shows us that just a few IS decision makers, CIOs, IS leaders, or whatever you call them, are members of the executive board or have a direct access to the executive board. It's different if you go to the United States or even to the United Kingdom and other countries in Central Europe. Germany is far behind of this. And this is a big challenge for the CIO, especially in times like this. And this is a bit the changing role Manuel stated in the beginning the CIO is confronted with at the moment. The CIO is forced to demonstrate his existing IT governance to the executive board, financial operations, executive management, etc., etc. And he must do this in a way that the executive board can understand this. When I came here today, I came by train this morning. I was reading an article about Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was opening the CeBIT the day before yesterday. And there was a brilliant statement of him. He complained about the infrastructure topics he has in California. He's now in the midst of budget discussions like every CIO once in a year. And he said, we are talking about budgets of infrastructure. Infrastructure, was his words, infrastructure is a very unsexy word. I have to tell the people that we need the money and that we need the structure to build streets and highways to bring them home much quicker. And this, if you put this statement to the CIO, it's exactly the same. The CIO should not go to his CEO and talk about infrastructure. He should go to his CIO and explain him how much quicker one economical result could be achieved by doing this and this project. This is one of the main mistakes at the moment, that IT governance is very often seen as a pure technical topic, and because of the nature of this topic, despite the fact that I'm representing more than 1,400 companies or 1,400 CIOs, a lot of CIOs makes the mistake that they approach the executive level in the wrong way, in a much too technical way. They have to explain, to communicate it in a way that the executive level can understand and can see the business value for this particular company. And much more important of this is, coming back to IT governance again, he must explain it to his boss or his decision maker in a way that he can align with the targets and the topics of the CFO or the CEO. And if the CEO is not capable to do so, then he will have a big problem within his company. So again, coming back to the changing role of the CIO, Manuel, the CIO is forced to think much, much more as a business manager rather than a technical manager. Running the technical, running the IS organization, this is his main duty. But the changing challenge is he must demonstrate, as we say in English, IT value to his company and to his fellow colleagues in the executive board.